Hello and welcome to a new vlog. It was genuinely uncertain whether we'd make it onto the Shinkansen from Tokyo to Kyoto. We had to do a lot of running, there were major communication issues, and the most confusing part was definitely the signage. On top of that, the station staff couldn't really help us due to the language barrier, and even our translation app wasn't much help. And as someone perfectly put in a Google review, Tokyo Station, the station of organized chaos. But luckily, we made it to Kyoto, and from the moment we arrived, a kind taxi driver was already bringing us that unmistakable Kyoto charm. And with that, welcome to the Kyoto vlog. Hi, arigato.
ここって言った方がね、OK。
ありがとう。
あんまりピンときません。
Die Adresse von Kyoto ist lang und daher schwer zu bestimmen.
Okay. Hi.
Ja, das ist das voll gut.
地図を見せたらすぐにわかります。
Wenn Sie mir die Karte zeigen, werden Sie es sofort verstehen.
ありがとう。
運転手がわからないときは
Du sagst mal Danke
住
zu
所を
allem.
聞いてきます。その時は住所を見せてください。
Wenn Sie den Fahrer nicht kennen, wird er Sie nach Ihrer Adresse fragen. Also zeigen Sie ihm bitte die Adresse.
Hi.
Okay.
And off we went to the hotel where our taxi driver pointed out different attractions we passed, including the Higashi Honganji temple. During the ride, we also experienced what we ended up calling Japanese trustworthiness. After telling our lovely driver that we came to Japan to see the sakura in full bloom, which sadly we hadn't been as lucky with in Tokyo as we had hoped, he suddenly pulled over near a beautiful spot with sakura trees and told us to get out and take some pictures, so we did, leaving all our suitcases in the taxi with him. In many other travel destinations, we probably would have been worried about never seeing our luggage again, but here in Japan, at least with this taxi driver, everything was perfectly fine. The hospitality and service we experienced truly felt unmatched in Japan. Not long after, we arrived at our stay in Kyoto, where we were immediately greeted with matcha. This time, we had booked a proper traditional Japanese-style apartment, and I hope you're ready for the apartment tour. Our room was called Ohara, and from the hallway you could access the separate toilet and bath area. I especially loved the Japanese soaking tub. Unlike Western baths, it was shorter but much deeper and designed for sitting upright and fully relaxed in the hot water. Then we entered the main area with the futons and the two seating spaces. It was definitely a cultural shock at first, as so many things from the bath to the sliding doors and floor seating felt so different from our Western habits. It truly became a core memory and such a joy to experience. Origami!
Out of the hotel onto the streets.
The first evening in Kyoto, and we immediately aimed to shop around in our area. Next to the vintage designer finds that we were looking out for, we just browsed around the Teramachi market and we're looking, specifically on my case, for a modern kimono that I could integrate into my everyday wear. I unfortunately wasn't lucky to find one that I liked, but browsing around was still stimulating and fun. And afterwards we went to this teeny tiny cozy restaurant called Han, which was specialized on dumplings, and it was tiny, literally only fit 7 people, but guys, the dumplings did not disappoint. We also had egg soup and kimchi, but the dumplings were the ones. And afterwards we also indulged in my absolute favorite Japanese sweets, the candied strawberries. Oh my gosh, they're so unhealthy, but I couldn't stop eating them literally every day. And after that, we went back to the hotel to finally have our first glimpse at our photo shoot photos from Tokyo before we called it a day. Good morning from a new day in Kyoto. Today feels especially special because we are attending a traditional tea ceremony, and on top of that the weather is beautifully sunny. We started the morning enjoying the view through the traditional Japanese windows, especially by looking at the sun and taking a little OOTD moment in front of the soft paper sliding panels before heading to Teramachi Market to grab some taiyaki for breakfast and making our way to the tea ceremony venue afterwards. And the excitement grew even higher stepping out into the sunny Kyoto streets. I just had a short stroll around the Teramachi Market to pick up some taiyaki before heading back to the hotel to be picked up by the car. But guys, let me know in the comments if you ever had taiyaki before and what your favorite flavor is. Happy second day! And we have arrived at our destination, so let's get started with the tea ceremony. But first, let's get into those kimonos.
Selecting my school is today. Where's everyone? House is a third storehouse. And on the second floor lives a clone of God from Ise Shrine. So Ise Shrine is a really famous shrine in Japan. And why the gods lives here is because the 10th generation owner, he went to the shrine one day. Then there's a big fire accident happened. So he helped to save people.
はい、どうもありがとう。はい、ありがとう。はい、どうも。
So, wie hat dir die Teezeremonie gefallen?
Wundervoll, inspirierend, stimulierend.
Oh, spirituell. Das war sehr schön. Was hat dir am besten gefallen? Kimono tragen, Tee trinken, die Zubereitung, die Räumlichkeiten.
Nicht das Sitzen.
Das Sitzen war anstrengend.
Die Räumlichkeiten waren interessant.
Ja, die Geschichte dahinter.
Ja.
Und den Kimono zu tragen. Und die japanische Süßigkeit. Yeah. Und jetzt geht's zum Imperial Palace. Sakura!
And after the successful encounter of blooming sakura trees, we headed back to the city to do some shopping and to go for dinner. And in terms of transport, we have always stuck with taking taxis in any other city than Tokyo. It was just making everything easier to get to the final destinations, and it's actually not that expensive to take taxis. And the first stop was shopping. The sizing in Japan wasn't always my friend. Most of the things are one size and quite short on me and couldn't fit my curves. Nonetheless, I managed to find a beautiful grey dress from United Tokyo. And not only I purchased something here, my sister as well. So it was a big shopping success.
All day, every day.
Oh, ich habe die ganze Zeit nicht aufgenommen. Echt? Ja, jetzt musst du noch mal eine Runde drehen.
Okay.
Ja, ist ganz gut. Was kostet die?
840.
Ist es teurer als woanders?
Is this price now including tax?
This is including tax.
In the end, I passed on this beautiful vintage bag, and I still regret it a little, as it was in pristine condition from my birth year and the best bargain I came across even after continuing the search. Though my heart was set on a more durable caviar leather version, but the lesson here is knowing when to make a decision. My advice is to leave yourself plenty of time so you can make a decision without regrets. And I also recommend visiting the retail stores first so you can try on the current models. That way you already know what you prefer in terms of leather, shape, size, comfort, and value for money before looking at vintage options. But anyways, after purchasing a few bits and bobs, we went to a restaurant and it was our first time trying food from Nepal. After eating sushi almost every day before, it was great to mix it up with a different Asian cuisine. Afterwards, we also tried something new, going to a Japanese arcade. It was fun for me to see how these arcades work and also what kind of prizes you can win. For me, the most random and fun ones were keychains in form of chicken nuggets and fries. For our first round in the Japanese arcade, we actually went for something a little more cutesy, and that were those beautiful little kittens, and whether we've won them or not, we'll see soon. You gotta wish us luck!
Bye. 10 Sekunden. Doch, oder?
Nein, weil er hier...
Such a shame. And that's also a wrap on our first day in Kyoto, wearing kimonos, drinking tea, seeing sakuras, viewing the outdoor palace area, and going to an arcade. But before heading to bed, I wanted to share this little moment of cultural shock we kept encountering. The Western-style wardrobe doors next to the traditional Asian sliding doors, and funnily enough, we always instinctively chose the wardrobe doors to close this main door, just because that's what we were used to and it always made us laugh. And on that note, good night! And I really hope you enjoyed this video, because get ready for the next part of the Asia trip vlogs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more. On to the next one. Sayonara.